Hi everyone. How many of you have been canceling events and social occasions because of Corona? Well, for the past year, I haven't even seen my best friend. And being isolated like this has really affected me. My anxiety level is not healthy, and I have been just saying no to everything, even the smallest interaction, even if it's virtual. I get really extreme social anxiety, so much so that I feel like I'm gonna have a full-blown panic attack, and I cancel everything in the last minute. And I've noticed myself becoming more and more recluse, and this is very, very unhealthy. And so I wanted to address this. This is why I started my 1 week of Ashtanga practice. And while I'm making my body stronger, I'm also practicing saying yes. So whenever somebody invites me now, or like last night there was a barbecue and I had the worst social anxiety. My heart was pumping, and I had a lump in my throat, and I was sweating, and I just didn't want to go, but I went. I felt the fear, and I did it anyway. And I once I started, I relaxed, and I discovered that yoga really does help. And it's such a shame that a lot of people have misconceptions about yoga, and it stops them from acquiring the techniques and the tools that will help them deal with life situations like social anxiety or any other form of anxiety or depression or the feelings of isolation. There are different types of yoga, so many different types of yoga, and not all yoga is the same for everybody. But all yoga deals with the same one main issue, which is stress, whether it is physical, mental, or emotional stress. And right now, the level of stress that we are experiencing, it's not normal. We don't have the tools to deal with it. And so that's why we are developing all these mental issues. So many people are so distressed and don't know what to do. If you want to start yoga, but you are conflicted and you don't know where to begin, contact me, just DM me, and I can give you a free consultation and start you off on the right path so that you can have some tools and techniques that you develop while you do the practice on the mat. You take them with you into your life, and you use them when in real life situations, when you are under a stressful situation. The yoga that you have practiced will give you the control and the focus and the confidence to deal with these situations, and you won't be affected. You won't be affected like you normally would. And we really do need these tools now, guys. And because what is stress? What does stress do? Stress, it accumulates. It makes you think and think and think and think over and over and over, obsessively the same thoughts. And you are alone, and you don't have the same social support anymore that you used to have. You have to support yourself. You have to help yourself. You have to find your own tools and techniques to deal with what you are feeling and to handle your own emotions and to turn them around. Because guys, the stress that you are feeling, maybe it's a small amount, but it accumulates and it grows. And if you don't release it, and you don't have the tools to know how to relax and to calm yourself down, it will accumulate to a point where it will explode. And at some level, it will be very hard to reverse. So it is much better to prevent it rather than to try and cure it later. So for prevention, you need to practice yoga regularly. Regularly means either daily or every other day or every or 3 times a week. 3 times a week is the minimum, just like with any other exercise. Why yoga? Because yoga, it targets your nervous system. We have nerve endings, tiny nerve endings connected to our muscles, right? So when we stretch to the limit our muscles, these nerve endings, they release the stress. And so you target the stress at the core. And yoga is the only form of exercise that can do that. Of course, any exercise you do will release a stress. But yoga, it targets the nervous system. There are different kinds of yoga. There's Ashtanga, power yoga, hot yoga, and then on the other spectrum, there is the yin yoga, there is the gentle stretching, there is the vinyasa flow, there is meditation, yoga nidra, all different kinds of guided meditations and savasanas, breathing techniques, pranayama. Be careful which yoga you choose. If you are not sure, just DM me and I will give you a free consultation, guys, for what kind of yoga is suitable for you, because not all yoga is suitable for everyone. If you have something with your nervous system, if you have an issue which is emotional or mental, then your nervous system is sensitive. So let's say if you have high anxiety, you should not do Ashtanga, you should not do hot yoga or power yoga, habibi. And you should not do any certain poses like back bends or jumps or high intensity. Why? Because you will stimulate your nervous system and it might have a bad reaction for you. Certain kinds of pranayama can be very bad for you, can ignite you, can move the energy inside of you so much that you will have a panic attack. And then on the other side, if you have depression and you are feeling very, very down, you should not do yoga which will bring you down even more. You should not go to a dark room, classroom, where the teacher is very slow and you do a yin yoga class where you sit and your thoughts just plague you and it makes things worse for you. I want to enjoy the rest of my life. I don't want to be a recluse anymore. I want to be social, and I want to go back to my social life very carefully, but in a healthy way. And I want the same for you. So please DM me and let's work together. I will give you a free consultation. Just write down any issues that you may have, stress related or otherwise, physical, mental, emotional, what you're feeling, what you're experiencing, and let's work together. It will be my pleasure to advise you and to find you a class or a yoga practice which is suitable for you, which will help you to acquire these tools and techniques, whether it be a physical practice or a meditation or a breathing or just small things that you can do for yourself throughout the day. It will be my pleasure. Please DM me and I will give you a free consultation anytime. And take care and be safe.